Hello and welcome to our channel NutureMite, where we provide informative videos regarding health and lifestyle. Please like, share and subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon for important notification and videos.
What to know about coronavirus if you are pregnant? If you are pregnant, it's understandable if you feel worried about the coronavirus. Here's what moms-to-be should know now, so keep watching the video. Being pregnant can already be stressful, but it's even more overwhelming given the spread of the novel coronavirus and COVID-19, the disease it causes. The virus, which originated in Wuhan, China, has rapidly spread across the world, including to every state in the US. It's only natural to have questions about the coronavirus and what it means for your pregnancy. So, what is coronavirus? There are actually 7 different types of coronavirus known to infect humans, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. Many are mild and cause colds, but some forms of the virus, specifically MERS-CoV and SARS-CoV, can cause severe illness. The form of coronavirus that's circulating right now is 2019 nCoV. On January 30, the World Health Organization (WHO) declared the coronavirus a global health emergency, officially known as a public health emergency of international concern. This term is used to describe an extraordinary event that constitutes a public health risk to multiple countries, potentially requiring a coordinated international response, according to WHO. On March 11, WHO said COVID-19 is officially a global pandemic. The coronavirus that is circulating today was only recently found to infect humans, according to infectious disease expert Amesh A. Adalja, MD, senior scholar at the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security. There's a lot scientists are still trying to learn about it. How is the coronavirus spread and what are the symptoms? Coronaviruses typically spread from an infected person to other people via respiratory drops that get into the air by coughing or sneezing. Touching or shaking hands or touching a surface that has been contaminated with the virus and then touching your mouth, nose or eyes before you wash your hands may also spread the virus. But the CDC says this is not thought to be the main way the virus spreads. People who have had confirmed cases of novel coronavirus have experienced the following symptoms: fever, cough, shortness of breath, chills, shaking with chills, muscle pain, headache, sore throat, a new loss of taste or smell. Symptoms can appear anywhere from 2 to 14 days after a person has been exposed, and they have ranged from causing mild illness to severe cases. It's important to note that some people with COVID-19 do not show symptoms, but they can still spread the virus. What does the coronavirus mean for your pregnancy? Scientists are still trying to learn more about how this virus impacts pregnancy. Here's what we know right now. Pregnant women are immunocompromised and therefore more susceptible to complications of respiratory infections like the coronavirus. So experts recommend doing your best to follow certain precautions like practicing good hand hygiene, an important step at any time. A small study of 9 pregnant women in Wuhan, China, with confirmed COVID-19 found no evidence of the virus in their breast milk, cord blood or amniotic fluid. In May, a small study of 46 pregnant women with symptomatic COVID-19 published in the American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology found that most had mild cases, but some developed breathing problems. A small retrospective study published in The Lancet reviewed obstetric and neonatal outcomes of 7 pregnant women at a hospital in Wuhan who had contracted COVID-19 in their 3rd trimesters. The outcomes for all 7 moms were good. None were admitted into intensive care and all were later discharged from the hospital. A small study of 43 pregnancy women in New York with confirmed COVID-19 published in the American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology in April found that unlike SARS and H1N1, pregnant women do not seem to experience more severe illness from the coronavirus compared to the general population. A research letter published in JAMA in late May analyzed testing data from 782 pregnant women admitted for birth at 3 Yale New Haven hospitals in Connecticut. Of those women, 12, that is 1.5%, had previously tested positive for SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19. In the rest of the women, 30, that is 3.9%, tested positive for SARS-CoV-2 and 22, that is 73.3% of those didn't have symptoms. 8 of 14 women with symptoms, that is 47%, tested positive. Overall, 22, that is 2.9% of patients without symptoms tested positive. Based on the findings, the researchers concluded that COVID-19 rates among pregnant women are fairly low. A research letter published in Infection Control and Hospital Epidemiology analyzed electronic health data of women giving birth at 4 affiliated hospitals with Mass General Brigham Health from mid-April to early May for COVID-19 test results. It found that 7.9% of pregnant women with COVID-like symptoms and 1.5% of pregnant women with no symptoms tested positive for COVID-19 at 4 Boston hospitals. In May, the National Institutes of Health announced that they are conducting a multi-pronged study of 21,000 medical records as well as 1,500 pregnant women with confirmed COVID-19 to better understand how the condition impacts pregnancy and maternal health. This means we will soon know more about how the virus affects moms-to-be and their babies. Because there are still so many unknowns about how the coronavirus impacts pregnant women, it's essential to follow social distancing guidelines. What impact could COVID-19 have on a newborn? More information is still needed about what effect the coronavirus could have on your newborn baby. Here's what we need right now. The CDC says there have been a few case reports of preterm birth among babies whose mothers were confirmed to have COVID-19. However, it's unclear whether the coronavirus was to blame. In general, developing a high fever early in pregnancy could increase the risk of certain birth defects. Research into whether or not the coronavirus can be passed to a baby in utero, which is known as a vertical transmission, is ongoing, but the CDC says it's probably unlikely. The CDC says that babies under the age of 12 months may be at higher risk for severe illness from COVID-19 compared with older children. However, the organization says research on how COVID-19 presents in babies and how severe the disease can be in this group, NewNETs, is based on case reports and small case series. A study published in the medical journal Pediatrics looked at data from more than 2,100 children in China who contracted the coronavirus. About 4% of the children studied had no symptoms, 51% had mild illness and 39% had a moderate illness. Around 6% had severe or critical illness compared to 18.5% of adults. Infants had higher rates of severe illness than older children. The researchers theorized that children might feel better than adults after contracting COVID-19 because children have fewer opportunities for exposure, higher levels of antibodies against viruses, or different responses from their developing immune systems. In May, the CDC issued an advisory about pediatric multisystem inflammatory syndrome, MISC, a rare condition affecting children, mostly in New York City, that seems to be linked to COVID-19. Research about MISC is ongoing, but current information suggests it has to do with a child's immune response to COVID-19. Symptoms can include fever, rash, eye irritation, swollen hands or feet, and belly pain. The syndrome appears to be very rare, but if your child has any of the symptoms, call your pediatrician right away. What do you need to know about COVID-19 if you are planning on breastfeeding? Although small studies have not identified any evidence of COVID-19 in breast milk, it's still not entirely clear whether breastfeeding mothers can transmit the virus to their babies through nursing. The CDC notes that breast milk can help protect babies against many illnesses. If you have COVID-19 and are nursing, take proper precautions like washing your hands before touching your baby and wearing a face mask, if possible, while nursing a baby. Or if you can, express milk and have someone else feed it to your baby. If expressing breast milk, mothers should make sure to clean their breast pumps properly each time and consider letting another caregiver bottle feed the expressed milk to the baby. How can pregnant women protect themselves from the coronavirus? Even if there are no confirmed cases of COVID-19 in your area, Dr. Adalja says you should assume that the coronavirus is still circulating in your town. It can take days to get test results back, and research has suggested that people can spread the virus before they even have symptoms. Again, Dr. Fernando recommends that you do your best to stay home as much as possible. It doesn't hurt to stock up on a few essential items such as medications, canned goods, and frozen foods. If you go out in public, the CDC recommends that everyone wear a face mask or cloth face covering, such as a bandana or scarf, to prevent the spread of infection. How could the coronavirus impact your birth plan? As the virus has continued its spread across the US, many hospitals and birthing centers have been enacting new measures to keep mothers and babies safe. Every hospital is different, but there are a few changes moms might experience. Restrictions on visitors and who is allowed in the delivery room. Your doctors and nurses will be wearing protective gear. You may be able to be discharged early if you want to be. You may not be able to walk around the hallways during labor. What happens if you test positive for COVID-19 just before giving birth? The American Academy of Pediatrics, AAP, released guidance on this. The AAP recommends that infants born to mothers with a confirmed case of COVID-19 be temporarily separated from their moms to lower the risk that the baby will be infected. Babies born to moms who are suspected of having COVID-19 should also stay in an area that's separate from unaffected infants, the guidance says. The AAP also offered up more, very specific advice. If the place where you gave birth can't put your baby in a separate area, or if you choose to keep your baby in your room despite the recommendations, your baby should be at least 6 feet away from you. You can express breast milk after you wash your hands and clean your breast. Ideally, your baby would then be fed by someone who is not infected. If you want to directly nurse your baby, the AAP says it's important to use a mask and follow meticulous breast and hand hygiene. Medical staff who attend your birth should use a gown and gloves with either an N95 respiratory mask and eye protection goggles, or with an air purifying respirator that provides eye protection. If your baby needs to go to the NICU, the AAP recommends that she is admitted to a single patient room with the potential for negative room pressure or other air filtration system. If that's not available, there should be at least 6 feet between your baby and other infants, or she should be placed in an air temperature controlled isolate. If testing is available, your baby should be tested for COVID-19 at 24 hours of age, and again when she is 48 hours of age. If your baby can't be tested, she should be treated as if she is positive for the virus for a 14-day observation period. Should pregnant women be concerned about germs at the hospital? Some pregnant women may worry about being exposed to the coronavirus at the hospital or doctor's appointments. Experts stress that it's still very important that patients receive prenatal care during this time. However, many prenatal care providers have made changes to their services to protect patients. Many are spacing out appointments and condensing visits to try to limit the amount of time you are in the office. Your doctor may even offer telehealth consulting for some visits. When you do go to see your doctor, it is recommended that moms-to-be should practice good hand hygiene and try to avoid people who appear to be ill when at doctor's appointments or at the hospital. The surfaces in hospitals and many doctors' offices are disinfected on a regular basis. However, you still want to do your best to avoid touching things and then touching your face with unwashed hands. Talk to your doctor or midwife about any concerns you have about your labor and delivery, as well as a backup plan in case one of your caregivers should become sick. It is very important for you to take care of yourself and your baby while you are pregnant. Follow your doctor's guidelines that will be best for you. Thank you for watching the video.
Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell icon for important notifications and videos.